Hello, everyone. Gary Laubach and Mike Joseph. We are behind the mic. We are getting ready for the football game this Saturday at 12:30. The Georgetown Hoyas are in town. But I know there's a coach's rule, 24 hours. You either relish the win or you get over the loss. It's taken me more than 24 hours to get over that football game against Holy Cross. Mike, if you ever want to play what if, this was a what if game. So many opportunities to win that football game.
Yeah, and you hate to play that game, but at the same time, like you said, it's hard for us to get over. You can imagine the coaches and the players, but you got to rebound. You got 4 games left. You got a really tough team coming in here, a team that can score, a team that can move the ball offensively. But it's so hard to get the kids refocused, and I think we saw that at the end of the game where you saw Marco Olivas in the middle of that huddle, letting them know that we're still alive, we're a good football team. And I think Marco was impressed with the offense, and he was impressed with the fact that we were right in that ball game, and they let it all hang out. And like you said, just a few plays here or there changed the tide, and changed the tide in the entire Patriot League.
Yeah, if you want somebody to lead your football team, Marco is certainly the guy. 14 tackles, 10 solo tackles in that football game against Holy Cross. As Mike said, he just simply laid it all out there. But now you've got to kind of lick the wounds a little bit. This team is 1-6. They've lost 6 in a row, but they're not a bad football team.
No, not at all. I just see the way they move the football offensively, the way they compete. They're good on special teams. You see the special teams, 2 kickoff returns they've had in the past. And defensively, they'll step up. I don't think they're the same type of defensive team we've seen in the past, but offensively, they scare you because they have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of senior guys that can move the football, and they're going to come in here looking for a win. I don't think the 1-6 record is going to really put them out. I think they're going to be excited to come in here and play. They're going to be excited to come in here and play against what I feel is the top defense in the league to prove what they can do.
No question. And I think, if anything, I've been impressed with over the years, Rob Scarlatta gets his team mentally ready to play. I mean, they always play hard, tough football. I'm always amazed they don't win more games.
Yeah, he does a really nice job, especially down when you play at Georgetown. They always come out on fire. They are, in my opinion, a good first and second quarter team because they come out with excitement. They come out with energy. They're going to try to do the same thing here at Lafayette. But he does a really nice job. So we saw Bob Chesney obviously having his team ready. We're going to see Scarlatta. I think every team in the league, you look at Bucknell, they won this week. Yep. So coming out with no wins, they end up going to Lehigh and winning a ball game on the road. A lot of road warriors around here, a lot of guys that can play hard, including Lafayette. So, Rob does a great job. But John Troxel, his job right now is going to be to get his team ready. What does he do? He's not been in the situation where they lose a game that they probably should have won. Now he's got to go back, refocus that locker room, and refocus his staff.
No question about it. And if you look at numbers, you say, how do you win? Well, you beat Georgetown by scoring. I mean, they give up 39 points a game. They get 23, though, so their offense is pretty darn good. I don't know if our offense is capable of 39 points in a ball game, although I will say Sean Davis, as quarterback, I thought he sat in the pocket nicely. He kind of really could see the field nicely. He made some good decisions. I thought Sean looked like he had been playing, not that this was his first start.
Yeah, and I think he came out of the game unscathed, for injury. I think those have been obviously his problem going back to the Lehigh last year when he did not play. He's a guy I think that makes the offense go. He's got the strength in that arm. You can see the difference early in the year with Ryan Schuster and obviously Rent. I just don't see them pushing the ball down the field like he can. And obviously that beautiful throw he made to Julius, I'm sure Julius is still thinking about that one. He should have probably caught that ball. But he pushes the ball down the field, so he gets safeties and linebackers to backpedal and get out of the box. And I think that's what opened things up. If you look at the running game that Lafayette had this past week and a good Jaden Sutton putting up 130 yards, that opened things up when you don't have that second level so close to the ball.
It's so good to see Jaden run the way that he did against Holy Cross. And if he stays healthy, obviously things look very bright for our running attack, and that hasn't been the case all year long. How about this team? Pierce Holly, he's a senior quarterback. He's been around for a while. He completes 67% of his passes. He's thrown 11 touchdowns. The negative on him, he's really not a threat to run the ball.
No, he isn't, and I think that bodes well for Lafayette because they struggle with quarterbacks, and you'll see later on in the season, obviously you're going to get the Colgate quarterback in here. I just think he's a guy that enjoys sitting in the pocket, delivering the ball. He's got a lot of weapons out there. Tomas is fantastic. So they move the ball through the air, I think, but it's a plus that he's not going to be able to escape. So let's put the onus on that front four, front five, and get to the quarterback. This is a game where I think Lafayette has to dominate front seven. Stop the run, 4 or 5 sacks, turn the football over, which I think can be done, and that's the way Lafayette wins the football game.
Their running attack kind of centers around Herman Moultrie. We've watched him for years now. He is a fifth-year player on this ball club. His brother's also on the team. But Joshua Stakely has done a nice job. He's actually the leading rusher. He averages almost 5 yards per carry. He's got 3 touchdowns. They do have a good wide receiver crew, though, in Tomas, Creighton, and Moultrie's brother, Dorian. So there are guys to throw the ball to.
Yeah, and a lot of older guys that have played a lot of football, especially Tomas, who's got the most catches on that team by far. I mean, 60 catches. He's going to have 1,000 yards receiving this year. And he and Pierce Holly seem to have a really good rapport. They understand where each other's going to be. And I think on third down or even second and long and the converting downs, the downs that they're going to have to stay on the field, that's where Lafayette may be able to double team, bracket, do some things against Tomas, because if they're going to move the football, you don't want Tomas getting 4 or 5 catches on third down to convert those. Those are the situations where Lafayette, I think, in the secondary got to make some plays, because this offense, you can't fall asleep on them. They can put points on the board, and it wouldn't be surprising to me if they jumped out to an early lead, because they're going to be trying to press the football. They got nothing to lose. Press the football down the field.
Every team obviously has a great linebacker. They do too. Justin Fontenot is terrific, as he already has 57 tackles. Mike mentioned their kickoff return guy, Mason Gudger. He's got 2 kickoff returns against Penn for touchdowns. So certainly you have to be well aware of our special teams, and special teams have been somewhat tough for us at times. We're not kicking the ball well.
We're being kind.
Yeah. We're not kicking off well. We're not punting well. We've had 5 blocked punts already this season. But we got to forget about last week.
Yep.
Okay. I think we have to play defense like we played against Holy Cross, and hopefully come away with a win. And the big game this week is Fordham Holy Cross, and we'll root for Fordham.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on the scoreboard and see what's happening right there. We need Fordham to win, because 2 losses in the Patriot League doesn't do it for you. But Lafayette needs to refocus on Georgetown, refocus in that locker room. They were phenomenal on defense. They put it to a team that was number 6 in the country. They stopped them from running the football. They put some amazing hits on the quarterback. They made that team think that they escaped with a big-time win, and exactly what they did. So this defense, I think, is only going to get hungrier. They came out of the game. They may get a guy back. We didn't see Ian Grayson play. Might be able to get him back. I know in a few weeks we're going to get Billy Schaefer back. So this team's just going to get stronger, and I think they're going to feed off the fact that they were so competitive against a top 10 team in the country that no one should be able to move the football on them.
Yeah, they have actually moved up from 6 to number 5 after last week. One final, what's your Inside the Huddle this week?
Well, the Inside the Huddle is going to cover down and distance and on schedule. We talk about it so much. So many times I throw it out there, stay on schedule, manageable down. So we're going to talk about first down. We're going to talk about second and long, third and long, and then those third and short plays, maybe some trick plays, fourth downs, 2-point conversions, having those in your pocket ready to go. So staying on schedule is so important for Lafayette, as it is every week.
We know our schedule. We will see you at 12:30 on the Lafayette Sports Network and on ESPN+. You are always invited to join us, and you can join us again next week behind the mic. For Mike, I'm Gary. Thanks for watching.